Hey folks, my name is Adam and I'm a Peace Corps volunteer here in Guyana on South America's Caribbean coast. I'm a volunteer in our environment sector and I live here in an indigenous village made up of people of mostly Arawak descent. My community is riverine and depends on the water for many facets of life, including food, transportation, and many other things. The fact that where I live is only accessible by boat makes my service very interesting and definitely a lot different from what many other volunteers here in Guyana face throughout their service. I'd like to invite you to slip off your shoes at the door, as is the Guyanese way, step inside my home, and see what a day in my life is like here during service. So my day starts at about 6:15 in the morning. Officially, that's when my alarm goes off, but usually I've been awake a little bit before that, with the roosters crowing right outside my window every morning. I'll hit snooze a couple times usually, and then step outside to greet the host family, the animals. We currently have 2 dogs and 7 cats around the house, and just to greet the day. My favorite part of my morning routine is the local coffee from the community. This batch right here was grown by the grade 6 teacher at my school, and then shelled, roasted, and ground by my host granny. Mix that with some boiling water, put it through a French press, and you've got a little taste of heaven right here in Guyana. That's immediately followed by what's probably the least favorite part of my morning routine, getting a bucket of water from the pond out back and scooping it over my body in what's called a bucket shower. Doing that, of course, because the only running water here in my community is the creek out front, no taps. Because environment volunteers here in Guyana all work in primary schools like this one, by a little after 8 in the morning each day, I'm in my teacher clothes headed to work. Thankfully, the school is in the same island that I live on, so it's about a 2-minute walk for me, not too bad. But most of my students actually arrive on school boats from other islands to get to school every day. Once I arrive here at school, my job is to work with the grades 3, 4, 5, and 6 for all their science classes and lessons.
Well, Mr. Brasher, Adam Brasher is my second volunteer since I'm working in the capacity of a head teacher. Doing science at the school as a head teacher, I really appreciate that since he works with grades 3 to 6 in the primary level, and that has a very good impact on the classes since they have a different teacher, so to speak, from a different background, ethnicity, and also a different country.
The first half of my day, I'll work with grades 3 and 4, and then it's time for lunch. I eat from our school's school feeding program, which makes sure every student gets a hot meal made with local ingredients like fish, chicken, rice, different vegetables, and also a cup of juice. Then after lunch, it's time to head back and work with grades 5 and 6 for their science lessons. I'll work on lesson plans to help deliver lessons and sessions for the kids. They're going to increase their knowledge of the natural world around them and also encourage them to be better stewards of their environment.
To have Sir Adam teach me at school is very amazing having him. He's very funny and very talented. I love him to teach me every day at science school, and I really enjoy his lessons.
Life here on the island tends to be rather slow, so after school ends and all the kids head back to their islands in the afternoon, I have my pick here of things to do. Sometimes it's doing chores, such as washing clothes, a process here that takes a lot of tubs of water for washing and rinsing, a lot of hand scrubbing, and then drying it all and hoping the sun dries it before the rain washes it again for you on the line. Could be washing dishes, a process that's a lot the same as washing clothes here, a lot more difficult without running water and a sink to wash the dishes in, but a lot of buckets instead. Or just making some local drink for the family. This one here is called mabi. It's made from the bark of a tree. You boil it, add a little bit of sugar to taste, stir it up, chill it, and it's quite delicious. And sometimes instead of doing chores, it's just doing something I like to do. It could be practicing the guitar, a skill I'm trying to pick up while I'm in service here. Laying in the hammock and reading a book. Could be breaking into my stash of American food that I hide away for special occasions. It could be taking my canoe out for a paddle through the beautiful savannas here in my community. or just sitting at my friend Marcy's shop, just talking with people. Lots of fun things to do here when life kind of winds down in the afternoon.
I have known Adam for the past few months, and he's a very kind person. He's very jovial. He's very funny. He's a good listener. Adam loved to listen. Especially, he would always say, "What is it, Marcy?" Adam is such a good person. For the past few months, I have known Adam.
So by 6 in the afternoon, the sun is starting to dip in the sky, and without wired electricity, it gets pretty dark here in my community, so it's time to head on home. I live here with a host family, which has been an absolutely incredible experience. It's allowed me to adjust a lot better to life here in the interior of Guyana. My host mom, she works with me at the primary school, and other members of my host family work at our secondary school, at our island's health post, doing construction work in the community, and my host granny raising chickens behind our house every day. So we have 2 different parts to our house here. One part has a kitchen and a living area, and that's where I'm sitting right now. And the other part has our bedrooms, upstairs and downstairs, as well as an indoor toilet, bucket flush of course, and the shower area where I take those bucket showers in the morning. So after dinner, which usually includes some sort of bread that's made that night, such as bake or roti, it's time to turn on the generator behind the house, and that's how we get a couple hours of current. That lets us turn on our chest freezer, which keeps perishables cold, or cold-ish, allows us to plug in our electronics, our phones, computers to charge up, and also just to unwind at the end of the day and, watch a little TV, some Lifetime movies, some cricket, whatever happens to be on that evening. After that, the generator goes off, it gets very quiet, very dark here in the community. So it's time to drop that mosquito net, go to bed in preparation for another day here in the beautiful country of Guyana.